In the summer of 2018, we received word that the federal government was transferring thousands of immigration detainees from the custody of ICE into federal prisons.
Buses filled with migrants rolled up to the federal prison in Victorville, many of them seeking asylum.
One of our attorneys went out to Victorville and she was denied access. These are men vulnerable to being deported to a country where they have persecution, torture, perhaps they might be killed if they're returned to their home country.
The ACLU has just filed an emergency lawsuit here in Los Angeles.
We decided to bring a lawsuit to try to get attorney access on an emergency basis to make sure that the folks who were in there were being seen by their lawyers and had some ability to communicate. Almost immediately, the court issued an order basically saying, the Bureau of Prisons, you have to let attorneys come in and visit with immigration detainees.
These were men who were not coming only from Central America and Mexico, but there were Hindi and Punjabi-speaking detainees, which also impacted what our volunteer pool was going to look like. We recruited hundreds of pro bono attorneys and volunteers. I wasn't really sure what the turnout was going to be. I just knew that we had to try.
The opportunity to volunteer felt like this is the least that I can do, is show up.
I reached out to my mom and I asked her if she'd want to come translate.
No.
No?
He asked me, would you know of anyone who would be interested? I sent him back an email saying that your mother would be interested.
They were from big law firms, small boutique firms, solo practitioners. Within a week, I had hundreds of people sign up.
No beds, no walls, no cages! No beds, no walls, no cages!
In the drive over there, I was thinking, what must they be going through? You're coming to this country and suddenly you're either separated from your family or you find yourself in a federal prison.
They were brought in chains and orange jumpsuits.
When I saw these boys walk out, that was a shocking sight. All these young men had no turban, no nothing.
It's really a
insult to a Sikh man.
It is.
To remove his turban in public, it's an insult.
The fact that somebody was speaking to them in their native language alone brought them to tears.
One gentleman, he said he would rather die in Victorville than be sent back because he knew that as soon as he would be sent back, he would die.
They wanted to run away and come to the land of opportunity. That's like a lot of other people believe.
I come from a family of immigrants, and to me there was an added level of being able to, in some sense, pay it forward.
This is all I want my life to be now, is helping these folks and trying to right as many wrongs as I can.
The government's goal was ultimately to make us too tired to keep going out there, and ultimately we wore them down. The government agreed to just remove all the men from the facility.
One of the most amazing things to come out of this incredibly difficult situation was just the enormous surge of attorney support and solidarity. We hope that we're able to sustain this kind of enthusiasm even in a moment when immigration detention isn't grabbing the headlines.
The more that we can amplify what is happening to immigrants in this country, the more that we can amplify the violations that are happening, that is what makes all this work worth it for us.